Hey dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, I am going to show you a basic risotto recipe. If you don't know what it is, risotto or risotto, I have no idea how to pronounce it because I'm not Italian, but it is a short grain rice that's cooked up in broth until it's nice and creamy, and then we add some cheese to it, and it's a really comforting, easy, and filling, and really pretty cheap dish to make. And it doesn't really take very long, so let's get started. Synchronize watches. We gotta go get some watches, guys. Before you start anything, you want to get 8 cups of stock up to a simmer, like so. I'm using a homemade chicken stock, but you can use vegetable stock or whatever. And we're just gonna keep that simmering while we work on the rice. So I've got a little bit of butter here melting. Don't run out on me now, olive oil. You're dead to me. Okay, we're gonna saute about a cup of onion. You could use shallots too. And we're just gonna cook these until they're soft with a little bit of salt and pepper. Once your onions look like this, they're not brown, but they're soft and translucent, we can add the rice. And this is an arborio rice. It's sort of a medium short grain rice, really, really starchy, same like family of rice that you would use to make paella or something like that. Similar to sushi rice in that it's got a lot of starch in it and it's kind of short, fat little grains. And we're just gonna kind of toast this in the butter. Well, no, we don't want to get it toasted, but we do want to get all the grains sort of covered in the oil and the fat and looking shiny, and they'll start to turn opaque before they toast, and that's what we're looking for. I mean, they're already pretty opaque, but you'll see a difference. Once your rice is looking like this, so it's all white as opposed to like having a little white center and then being sort of translucent around the edges, we're gonna add half a cup of white wine and let that cook off. And if you don't drink alcohol, sorry, buddy, you're up shit creek. I'm just kidding. You could just use like half a cup of broth instead, just to kind of get this started, I guess. But you probably could actually just skip right ahead to the cooking part, since this is really for flavor, I think. So we're just gonna cook it off until it's evaporated. Okay, so once your wine is absorbed and or evaporated, now's the time for the simmering stock. So you wanna add it about a cup at a time at first. And having it hot like this is going to make the risotto cook a lot faster, and it helps it get super duper creamy. So we add a cup, and then we stir, and we wait until that is all absorbed. And the stirring is very important. The constant stirring helps that starch form, helps it release and form a really creamy thing that it has the consistency when it's done that like the rice has been cooked in heavy cream, but surprise, it's actually pretty dietary except for all the butter and the Parmesan. Okay. And it takes a lot of patience. Sorry guys, this is probably like the worst recipe I myself could try to demo because I lack patience, but I will do my best. So we've got it over kind of a medium-low heat, which is torturous for me, but it's happening, things are happening. All right, when it's about absorbed like this, I mean, you don't want it to like dry out, but mostly absorbed, we can add another simmering stock and stir it again. So you just want to keep adding the stock a cup at a time until you've added 6 cups. And it'll take about 5 minutes or so in between each addition for it to absorb into the rice. And then once we get to where we've added 6 cups, we'll watch it a little bit more carefully. So I'm just going to keep doing that, and I'll see you in 4 cups worth of time. 4 more cups, I mean, because we already did 2. Get it? Okay, after our 6 cups of stock has been added and it's looking like this, that's when you want to give it a taste. And we're looking for tender rice. Okay, this is great. So it's like al dente, basically. The center is cooked through, but it's still a little bit chewy. So we might not need to add all 8 cups, but now we're going to start adding it in smaller increments, like just a half a cup at a time. Stir that in just until the rice is cooked through, so like when you taste it, it doesn't like get stuck in your teeth, like the last little bite that I did a little bit, but not that it's mushy. Like the rice grains should still maintain their integrity and still look like rice grains. And if you wanted to add like sauteed mushrooms to this and do a mushroom risotto or whatever, sauteed asparagus or anything like that, you could add that in at this point. Like once your risotto is almost finished cooking is when you could add in some sauteed vegetables or something. And you'd also be tasting for salt when you taste it now. My broth was really well seasoned, so I don't think I need to add any salt to the risotto, but if you're using a low sodium stock or something you made yourself without salt in it, then you might want to add some salt. Nice. So you can see how thick this liquid is becoming. God, it's beautiful. It's like mesmerizing. This is cooler than a lava lamp. I'm gonna stick my same gross old spoon in there and contaminate everything. Get a shit ton of comments about it. I don't care. Almost there. Okay, our risotto is done. I tasted it and the rice is fully tender throughout. And also you can see seems kind of like a sudden change in the rice pieces and that they're suddenly like a lot more swollen than they were maybe 5 minutes ago. So that's good. And I'm gonna add a little bit of butter now. Kind of get that stirred in, and I've got the heat turned off now. It's okay to turn it off when it's a little bit wet because it's gonna thicken up a little bit as it stands. And this is best if you serve it right away, but if you have leftover risotto, you can make little patties out of it and fry them in butter, and it's real good, guys. And then some Parmesan cheese. The amount is variable. This is about a cup, which is some might call excessive, but whatever. I think it's fine. And we'll stir that in. Oh my goodness. It smells like clouds of popcorn and cheese in heaven. Sorry, that was probably a place that I dreamed about. Okay, we're done. We're ready to serve. Look at how creamy and delicious that is. Lovely. And you can top it with a little additional cheese. Some peas would actually be really good in this too. A little bit of black pepper, or maybe a lot. So this is like on par with macaroni and cheese to me as far as like comfort food stuff. Man, so simple, so like delicate. It's just really mildly flavored. You could add all kinds of different sauteed vegetables or meats to this. It'd be really, really good served with like some spicy sausages alongside it, I think, because it's such a mild thing, just sort of like a blanket that you can use to accentuate anything else that you want to serve. So there you go. There's how to make a basic risotto. I hope you try it. If you have any variations that you want to share, please leave them in a comment below. If you have any questions on the recipe, also please comment. And if you would like to check out my website, hilahcooking.com, then if you have any more specific questions about the recipe there, I'll definitely see those comments. So go check it out. All right. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great week. Ciao.